Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, and welcome to my channel, Watch Lookout, where I am always on the lookout for the next watch to add to my collection. And despite all of my claims that I was going to stop collecting after I got the Spinnaker, well, that's not exactly true. I got the Spinnaker as a Christmas present to myself. It's sort of a a Grail watch because I've wanted it for 2 years and I had to go through some struggle to get it. And I don't have it yet, actually, but hopefully next week I'll have it at this time. And in the process of waiting for that watch, I knew I would probably buy at least another watch. Well, I've actually bought 3 other watches. And what we have here inside this package today is one of them. You can see it says FedEx. So, and it looks like they opened it and taped it back shut, so it's a bit of a disaster here. So let's tuck in. So yeah, I have purchased 4 watches for myself for Christmas, I guess, and another watch is in the city now, so I think I'll have an unboxing video to do tomorrow as well. It would be cool to do a double unboxing, but I haven't the patience to wait to receive the other package in order to open this one and that one simultaneously. So, yeah, I probably will just do them back to back today and tomorrow. So that's good in terms of content. Yeah, so they've opened this box and inspected it as the customs officials do. And in fact, I had to wait quite a while for this one. When I look at the date that I ordered it, it hasn't actually been that long, but I just knew that it had been sitting in Istanbul and not moving, and that was really frustrating me. And another watch that I ordered on the 5th of December, it is now the 26th of December. Happy Merry Christmas to everybody, or Boxing Day if you're in the UK. Yeah, I mean, it seems that the customs might have been backed up in Istanbul, and as a result, packages weren't moving, and I was stressed out because this package was being delivered by FedEx, and I waged war with the woman that's in charge of customs clearance at FedEx in Istanbul, and she was responsible again, so I was afraid I might have shot myself in the foot getting this watch, because that watch was a Tactical Frog FX diver, and this watch is also a Tactical Frog. So I was concerned, maybe bad luck with Tactical Frog. I haven't managed to buy one yet, and that watch, or receive one yet. That watch, the FX diver, as some of you may know, I was unable to take because they wouldn't clear it through customs. So they either destroyed it or a customs official got an early birthday present. So what is this? Well, I'll tell you, this is the only video that once I post this to YouTube, this will be the only review I have seen of this watch. And what is it? Well, it's the Tactical Frog. That is the Solar Chronograph 62 Mas. So basically an homage to the 62 Mas, but as a chronograph, and it is my first solar-powered watch in my collection. And so that is the reason why I purchased it. We got a cool little plastic hang tag there. Now, originally, I had been keen to order the other Tactical Frog Solar Chronograph. They don't have any special name for it. They're just calling it the VS75 Solar Chronograph. And this is also the VS75 chronograph with the addition of the 62 Mas, because it's an homage of the Seiko 62 Mas. So I was prepared to buy that one with the meteorite dial, faux meteorite dial, I should think. And I was chomping at the bit to buy it, and it was on sale, and it was $149. So it was going to let me take it through customs. But when I was in the checkout to purchase the watch, this was almost a month ago now, when it was probably the 11/11 sale, or something along that line. I can't remember. I could see that they had crossed out the original price, maybe $199 or something. They had crossed that out, and that was on what would have been the invoice. And I knew that since this was being delivered by FedEx and that I had waged war with that FedEx employee in Istanbul over the other Tactical Frog watch from last year, basically a year ago at this time, I knew that once she saw the higher price on the invoice, she would totally ignore the fact that the sale price was $149 and that I had only paid $149 for it, because that's exactly the excuse she used for not letting me have the FX Diver, was that its normal price is above $150, ergo you cannot have it. So I didn't want to take that risk, and I didn't pull the trigger on that watch, and I let a day or two go by as I contemplated if I should buy it or not. And when I finally logged back into the Tactical Frog store, I could see that the sale was over, and I was kind of blessed. And in that time, I saw this watch, and I was kind of warm to it. I was like, I'd like to have both, they're both really nice. But it turns out this is the better watch. I'm just removing the plastic, and I'm going to let you look at it up close. And I've almost got all the plastic off. So the reason why I say this watch is better is, I guess, a matter of opinion. But one thing that is not opinion, and that is that the luminescence on this dial is superior, because it is there's more of it on the applied indices. And on the other solar chronograph that Tactical Frog is selling, there's less. I think that solar chronograph, by the way, is just an homage of the sports solar chronograph that Seiko is selling. I don't think it has a special name other than like the sports chronograph, but it's solar. It's using the Seiko VS75B movement. So the solar cells on the dial are charging a battery that is within. I've almost got this plastic off. We can get a look at it. You think you got it all, and you don't have it all. Right, so aesthetically, I think this is a more pleasing watch. Let's look at it. So it doesn't have the applied Tactical Frog logo, which sits at the 12 o'clock position on the other chronograph. That's fine. This is just printed. But what you get in exchange is a much larger indice at the 12 o'clock. In fact, it's a two-piece indice, right? What you also get with this case, I like this case a little more because it's a little more, I would say, Spartan. It doesn't have like chamfered edges like the other case does, but what this features are polished flanks, and the other case doesn't. It's just a brushed satin finish. So I really like that. I really like the absence of crown guards when you have a chronograph. I like it. It's just those three, the two pushers and the crown. I think that's really hot. What I also like about this watch over the other chronograph is we have a box top sapphire crystal. And this isn't just any sapphire crystal, but according to the website, it's supposed to be a Japanese raw sapphire crystal. So that's nice. And what I also like is that even though this has a fixed bezel, tachymeter scale on the bezel, it's made of ceramic, you see how it has that coin edge? That is hella cool. So even though it doesn't rotate, it gives the impression that it might rotate. It's just a nice touch that I really like. And so, this, like I said, aesthetically, I just like it better. And this is also called Silvery Sunburst. So this is the only colorway that they offer in the 62 Mas from Tactical Frog. We've got the little drilled lugs there, so that's nice. It is a solid end links and sort of an oyster style bracelet. I'll go over the dimensions here. We do have a one concession, I would say, is we do have a pressed upper clasp, with only 3 micro adjusts there. But it looks like we have screwed, maybe not push pins or screw. I can't really. No, they are screwed. They are screwing. A milled lower clasp features a screw down case back, and of course screw down pushers and screw down crown. So I'll just go through some of the dimensions here. Okay, so it's 3/16 stainless steel, in case that wasn't obvious to everybody. And it does feature sort of a anti-reflective coating underneath. It's a blue film that they use on all of them. Although this is 4-layer technology, they say, so it's supposed to be more transparent. I guess I'll let you guys be the judge of that. What else do we have here? Now, this is interesting too. Their wording is very interesting. It is a double layer, right? It says double layer literal hydraulic process, 3-dimensional real nail, 3-dimensional real applied logo. So I think they're talking about the other iteration of this. Now this is sort of a sandwich dial, obviously, like most chronographs. Your subdials are one part of the dial, and then you have a top part of the dial. So those are usually recessed, as is the case here. I wouldn't say altogether it's all that special. What else do we have? So it is C3 Superluminova here. Although I don't know actually if it is Superluminova, it just says C3, and it also says Japan, so that's kind of interesting. It is water resistant to 200 meters, and we have a case diameter of 41 millimeters, which is friendly for me. It's 49 millimeters lug to lug, so I think that's a sweet spot for everybody. It is male end links here, but you see how well that folds down. There's just a little bit more there with that bit of the link of the bracelet, but 49 lug to lug is what they say. It has a case thickness of 13.9. That would include the sapphire. You can see here obviously the bottom and the sapphire crystal add to that dimension. Feels pretty thin in the hand. The lug width is friendly 20 millimeters. It does have a 3-year warranty. That's kind of a nice little thing. And let's put it on the wrist and see what we got going on here. So I was really happy to have this watch. I hadn't been that excited in a while about some of my watch purchases. I mean, I'm always excited to get a new watch and add it to the collection. But for some reason, some watches elicit more anticipation and excitement than others. And I think what I really like about this is basically the sunburst dial. I like this sort of like Spartan case. I really think that's a cool effect. But I also like the fact that it's polished, on the flanks. I really like that. And that is sort of converse to my wristwatch check here, in which I'm wearing the Bodary Sea Turtle Ocean in bronze. I'm just not impressed with this watch at all. I've purchased 4 Bodaries, and I've kept 2. I just wanted a bronze watch in the collection, and now I have a bronze watch in the collection. But I very, very seldom wear this. I only happen to wear this today by chance because the outfit I was wearing sort of color matching the dial. What don't I like about this watch? Well, a lot. What do I like about the watch? Practically nothing. And this is the thing, it's not really a case of buyer's remorse because I knew what I was getting. I knew I wanted a bronze watch, and I knew what the Sea Turtle Ocean was capable of because I had bought the version in titanium and gifted that. I don't like the movement. This is the older 8215 Miyota movement. So the second hand jitters around if the case is shocked and it pretends like it's broken. the second hand jumps around whenever you adjust the time and move the minute hand. Um, Even though the dial is a cool effect, there's practically no lume on the dial itself is supposed to be lume, not just the indices. Yeah, there's very little lume. It lasts for maybe 15, 20 seconds, and you can barely see it to begin with, and then it's gone, right? Some iterations of this watch, I've seen customer photographs, their indices on the bezel are lumed. Well, that's not true here with the bronze bezel insert. There's only the lume pip is lumed. The lume is nice and blue on the indices and hands, but it's weak. Unfortunately, Bodary doesn't have a good reputation for that. My hand always turns green. In fact, I already cleaned it a while ago, so I just haven't added any more green to it. So, every time I wear it, I don't like the color of it, so I feel compelled to clean it. But it never looks as good as it did the day I unboxed it here on YouTube and showed the world. It will never look that good again, no matter how I clean it. That's what I've ascertained. I don't really like the basic strap that came with it. And this is the bonus strap they added that had some damage to it. I managed to wear it anyway, but yeah, I just feel like it's a piss poor execution. I have the Urban skeleton in titanium from Bodary. I think that's a fantastic watch. It is so underrated and underappreciated for the price. It's truly amazing. And right now it's on sale for like $120. I mean, get the hell out of here. For a high beat 72-hour power reserve watch that's made of titanium. But this watch, on the other hand, I would totally sell this watch if it weren't for the fact that I'll never get my money back, plus the tax I paid. So what I've noticed lately is that the watches that I've purchased of late, the 4 watches that I've discussed, which I haven't revealed the identity of the other 2 of those watches, those are watches where I feel like I want to wear them every day, and it's going to make it hard to justify having some of these watches in my collection. This is a watch that I feel like I could wear every day, despite the fact that it's quartz. It's solar power, so that's like a neat little... Now, this does feature the date. You can see there at sort of the 4:30. It doesn't bother me. I'm okay with that. I'll live with it. But yeah, I probably won't wear my Spinnaker Picard every day just because of... the weirdness of it, the size of it, and of course the sapphire crystal. But it's a watch that I can't imagine I would part with out of my collection. Of course, I haven't held it in my hand yet, so I don't exactly know. The other 2 watches that are coming, they're watches that I think I'd be very satisfied with. So each time I think I'm about ready to do a state of the collection video, I find myself categorizing the watches like watches by chronograph, watches by desirability, and it's such a rabbit hole. But it seems more compelling to kind of come up with some way to present them than just one after the other. But I have watches that I've unboxed here on YouTube that I basically never wear. I never wear my Unimatics anymore. I've fallen out of love with that brand entirely and completely. So I've locked those away, probably foolishly thinking that I'll be able to sell them for a little bit of a profit due to their exclusivity. But that's kind of a manufactured thing, their exclusivity. It's not actually a real thing because they just make the same watch with a different dial in so many hundreds. And so is it really exclusive when you own one of those? Probably not. So I never wear those. I never wear my Luminox. I never wear that Bodary that I had on my wrist. Today is like maybe only the 5th or 6th time I've ever worn it since I owned it this summer, bought it this summer. I don't wear a couple of my Pagani design chronographs that are quartz. They're nothing special. I have a meteorite dial one, which is nothing special. And I have the Daytona, the 1676. I never wear that one either, especially not since I have a better Daytona homage or a better Paul Newman Daytona homage that I wear. I seldom wear my Thorn SH027, I think it is, but I love it. I think it's a great watch. It's small, but it looks good in photographs on my wrist. Doesn't look small on my wrist then. Um, yeah, there's a handful. I very seldom wear my Casio, my GM 2100-1 ADR. I very seldom wear that G-Shock. The bracelet's a little bit tight. Speaking of bracelets, I very seldom wear my Megalith 8388, which is sort of an homage to the Tissot PRX. I think it's better than the Tissot PRX, but that bracelet is super unforgiving and sharp as hell. Those edges are sharp. I always thought that was a bit of a ridiculous thing people complained about on these channels, but wow, that one certainly is sharp. And I've just got a whole handful of watches, but I think I rotate through maybe 7 or 8 of them. And here I've got like in the neighborhood of 35. So, well, anyway, thanks for sticking around for my rant, if you have stuck around that long. So here we go. The Tactical Frog Solar Chronograph 62 Mas. I really like it. I know I haven't opened up the crown or anything, so I should probably do that. But tomorrow I'll probably have it on my wrist when I do the next unboxing video of the next watch. Yeah, actually the action felt amazing. It was so buttery unwinding that. Truly, truly something. This is not advertised as a mecha quartz. Here I go. I'm adding to the... It's got twin push button release there, plus the safety clasp on the... yeah, everything like really twists so clean and smooth. Okay, so let's watch the chronograph in all its glory. Hold on, maybe I don't have this. Oh, okay, duh. I guess it helps if you have the crown pushed in. All right, so it's not a mecha quartz, but the vibrations are such that it gives the impression that it is like a mecha quartz. I guess it hacks a little more than a mecha quartz does, but it doesn't hack as much as sort of a standard quartz chronograph. So that's not bad. Altogether, I have no complaints. That's kind of cool too, that sweep back to the 12 o'clock. So yeah, it doesn't have the flyback as a mecha quartz does. All right, guys, thanks for sticking around this long. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'm really happy that I've been able to grow subscribers. And I know I took about a month break, but that was just because I had nothing to unbox. I've got 3 more watches on the way, so more content to come. Happy holidays, everyone. Peace out.